Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Mythic Plus's information here with Lord PeteyTV. Now, this is going to be week 12. Before we get into it, just a reminder, make sure you hit that subscribe button here to follow us every single week when we end up having our new affixes update. We have other kinds of information here. We have great little tidbits, segments, as kind of like our arcane mage. We also have our, our demos that we end up playing, our reviews we put up here, and also some of our boss skills that we end up going through. But make sure you end up hitting that subscribe button here. Make sure you go to Twitch, hit that follow button there to see when we go live, and make sure you end up checking us out. So, without further ado, this is what we're going to have. This is our affixes for week 12. It is going to be Fortified, Entangling, and Bolstering. As always, we're going to talk about those real quick. We're going to be having our Fortified, which is non-boss enemies have more health and deal more damage. We're going to have Entangling, which is the vines that come up from underneath the ground. They slow you down, and you got to get out of there within a couple of seconds, or they're going to end up, stunning you. And lastly, it's going to be Bolstering, which is the boss enemies. When they're about to die, they start increasing damage. So that's and what they'll end up doing is they'll end up stacking onto a person. Now, this affix is these affixes are kind of interesting. So let's just take a moment, think about it. Okay. So I don't think this week is going to be a very hard week. Now, Fortified is annoying, yes, which means that you're going to have longer to kill those ads in the beginning. And the combination of Bolstering on top of that will cause it to be harder. Now, the Entangling, it's not really a thing, it's just annoying. So you can do lots of different things. For us playing a druid, you can end up shape shifting out of that. Now, so tanks, they're gonna have to deal with the Fortified and Bolstering and the Entangling together, so that they'll be really having an annoying day. But as long as they can deal with large amounts of damage to themselves, they should be okay. As you saw with the great push this past week, druids aren't going to really even, they're just going to be tickled with these affixes, so that's not going to be too bad. Healers are going to have to deal with doing a little more extra healing, but it's not going to be too much as long as the tanks can deal with those ads properly. And now, the thing that will hurt is that AoE to other people. That's where you got to take a look at it. So just keep an eye on those. So I think that stuff isn't too bad. I think in the long run you'll do pretty good. Now, DPS. I mean, just make sure you're using cooldowns when those large things happen, and you'll be fine. So I think that this week overall is going to be a very easy week to deal with. I think that everyone will be pretty smooth to go through. Now, just take a quick thought here about our dungeons themselves. Brackenite's going to have a lot of mobs, so it's going to be not too bad to deal with. But because most of the mobs are kind of just annoying. Tree mobs going up to the tree around the tree boss are going to be annoying. A lot of the diseases are going to be annoying. I think overall that is going to be easy. The first boss is just annoying to deal with. Make sure you just pick a dude and burst him down. Once you deal with that, it'll be easy to kind of go through. So that's not too bad there. Freehold, you just have lots of large group mobs. So when you're pulling those mobs, make sure you're pulling them fast enough that you're going to be able to take care of those, and you're not going to have any real issue. As long as you're continuing to pull those mobs quickly, efficiently, you'll be fine there. Halls of Infusion, I mean, the first packs of mobs through the first boss is going to be your problem child mobs always. After that's down and done, you're going to have to deal with the dragons and stuff after the second boss. Second boss, yeah. After those, you just gotta be careful of those. Otherwise, it's not going to be too bad. The dungeon itself has been nerfed enough, so it's not gonna be a problem. Netherian's Lair isn't bad, and I know that for a fact because we ended up doing 22 of it last night. We almost timed it. We had a couple of mess up pulls, but that's because of the way that stuff was pulled and a couple of the deaths because of the hands from that boss from the was it the second boss. So that wasn't. It's not even the fault of the affixes. So that's not too bad there. Um, just got to keep an eye on the avalanches. The avalanches will do a lot of damage if they're stacking on top of each other. Uh, Neltharis is going to be a little bit harder this week than normal. They nerfed the chains. The chains used to take about 50% of the health when you ended up procking those, but recently they've ended up nerfing those, which causes them to do only about 20%, 25%, somewhere around there. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, so you got to be really, really careful of that. Um, Uldaman's not too bad. It's just that there's a lot of large packs. So make sure when you're going through and you're taking care of those large packs, you go through quickly, efficiently, have high DPS to burn them down, and you should be okay. Underrot, it feels like it's the same way. The ads there aren't too bad. Just gotta be careful on what you're doing with them and how quick you're gonna go through them, and then that will be efficient and quick for you there. Vortex Pinnacle, the dragon always, the big dragons that heal themselves. You gotta be careful of those. Trying to think of anything else. Can't think of anything else. Vortex Pinnacle. I mean, you got a couple of the tornadoes, but other than that, not too bad. So overall, this week is going to be a pretty, I think, an easy week. It's definitely a push week. You're looking to get higher keys done. This is definitely the week to do it. I recommend you go ahead and push and do those. Now, the other thing I was going to say was, make sure you go check out Sub2R. They gave us these amazing gamer glasses. You'll see me swapping between them both all the time during our stream. LordsGaming.net has a full article written about that. I'll post that down below if you want to take a look at that. Use Lord PeteyTV there to end up getting 10% off. They're fantastic. And then the other thing is that there's but we have Rogue Energy drinks, so make sure you use Lord PeteyTV there also to make sure you end up getting nice discounts and also help supporting the channel. If you're always looking to support the channel, make sure you go to Twitch and you end up donating there. All right, so greatly appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for taking this out. We're live every single Monday through Friday on Twitch.tv, and we end up doing lots of keys, hanging out with the channel, chit chatting, and so on and so forth. So, all right, love you all. Dream big, keep gaming. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Good luck on your keys and good luck on your vault. See ya. Bye, everybody.